Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy to be back with you again today. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to be continuing on the musical madness, fat, jazzy, heavy, crazy beat that I've been doing the last couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks now. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. Let me just welcome everybody. Welcome. Please say hello or ask a question if you like. Okay. So, great. Let's just test the sound, make sure my voice is sounding fine, make sure that you can hear this stuff. That's all good. I think it should be good. I think it looks fine on my end here, so. Yeah, great. So I'm just going to play through the thing. All the sound is good. Perfect. I'm going to play through the thing to begin with, and then we'll get into actually working on it. I've done a few things since the last time I was on here, if anyone's following the series, whether you're live or you're going to be watching this later. So I'll explain a little bit of that. This section over here that we started last time is, got some additions to it that are not finalized at the moment. That's what we're going to work on today, actually, at least partly. And yeah, I think a couple little tweaks here and there throughout the thing, but we'll just play through and then see where we get to in working on it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so gets pretty insane there. Some changes of harmony I've done since last time and a few other little things. I've got a few things that I want to tweak on the intro section actually before I continue on into the new part. And Amit, good morning, hello, welcome. Nice to have you here. So yeah, let's focus in on this first part. I'm just going to loop it. I'll play through it once more. I'm going to loop it a little bit and then well, we don't want to get super heavy right away. First thing in the morning, it's 10 a.m. for me, but, I don't know. Just woke up not that long ago and then a little bit of a break before we get into that. Okay, so one of the things I want to do quickly is just put a little, spice up this drum fill a little bit. So, just like a little triplet right here. Something sort of like this. Maybe even a bit crazier. Like this with a rim shot. And then some toms, upper toms perhaps. Maybe a bit less. That's a bit better. I like my crazy drum fills, and anyone who knows me knows that. I'm big on it. If I could just have a song that was just all drum fills, that would also be pretty sick. Maybe I'll do that one day. This new chord here, I'm going to probably try to accent it just a little bit more. Potentially with an open hat. We can try. It's not bad like that. Yeah, I actually don't mind that at all. Even throw a ride bell in right there. I don't know, maybe that's a bit much. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, no, we don't need that. And we should probably start loosening up the hi-hats just before the drum fill comes in. That's a thing that drummers do, so maybe we should do it too. Let's see where that should happen. So already like right here, I'm gonna start by having this and maybe I need to not have these in there. I wonder if this is gonna work. Let's see. We'll need to... Sorry, no, this is a bit intense to just hear straight over and over again, but hey, it's the name of the game. Shamkra, hello, welcome. Kind of loses a little bit of something with the open hats, though, hey? I'm not quite sure. That's actually not bad like that. That's actually pretty much perfect. All right, it's grooving hard. Thank you, Shamkar. That is the intention. Hard grooves. Paul Cooper, welcome. Hello. Just wondering when the next drumming video will be out, and how many videos you plan to have in the series. Oh, that's a great question. Thanks, Paul. I've been preoccupied the last week with some non-YouTube related work. And now I'm basically freed up, so it's kind of next on my plate is to do that. So I'm at least going to, where are we right now? We have the pattern creation one, we have the drum sample selection one. I'm going to be doing one on mixing, and I'm doing one on timing, as in quantization, humanization, slugging, groove, all that kind of stuff. So at least those two, the mixing and the timing one, will be coming up in the next week, probably the next week or 2 weeks, and one a week, I imagine. And then maybe there's some other ones I should do. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas that you want me to talk about when it comes to the realistic drum stuff, that's fine. I mean, as you can tell, it's like my jam. I'm into it. I'm into the drums. We'll just listen to that drum beat here. This is done through Addictive Drums for anyone who's unaware. Have I checked out Dirty Loops? Absolutely, Shamkra, absolutely. When Dirty Loops first came on the scene, this is like years ago now, like I don't know, almost 10 years ago, they had those covers that they did, black and white footage and covers of like an Adele song and Justin Bieber and some stuff like that. It just blew my mind apart. It was like everything I wanted in music basically at the time. And then they released an album, their first album, and Megan and I basically lived in that album for like a year or something, I would say. It just was, yeah, it's just like taking the best parts of pop music and then just like going bang and exploding it into like jazz fusion madness, and loved it. I just loved it. So I haven't heard like the newest stuff out. A couple of things that came out recently I was a little bit skeptical of, so I've been holding back a bit, but yeah, huge influence on me, no doubt about it, in many ways. So yeah, that's why you get the vibes. Here comes the drums. These are the drums through the whole piece so far. keys on Spotify. Oh, well, that's great to hear, Crumb. We're going to have to give it a listen. Yeah. So I'm pretty good with the intro now. Let's listen through one more time to make sure, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so we'll get into that madness in a minute, but for now, one thing to think about drumming-wise is the opening and closing of cymbals. So I open some cymbals, so to speak, several times in the beat and then end up having to close them because I'm trying to keep the tightness of the beat. For instance, in this half, I open, that's what I call it. I open the rise cymbal and immediately close it, meaning the guy would be grabbing it. You know, I don't know if that's actually feasible in this instance physically, but hey, whatever, that's what this kind of song's for, because I don't want it to be ringing out over the next section. So we bang a cymbal and then we close it right when the thing comes. Coming to the end of this section, I'm hitting a bunch of cymbals and a hi-hat. They're all open and ringing, and I want them to close. Everything needs to close when we come into the transition sequence here, which everything is closed except the hi-hat right now. It's slightly ringing out, so we'll close that. Right there, it just kind of rings out a little bit. So I'm just going to use the hi-hat foot pedal right there, and that'll be that. So for this transition section, I still want to actually change the chords up a little bit. I'm not super happy with them. It's okay. I want to try to put some quartal harmony in there, possibly today. We'll see if we get to it. And I also want to put an effect over the whole section to increase contrast between beat-based sections so that we thin out the frequency spectrum even more for this transition and open it up again for the next part. So what I'm going to do probably is just put a, what's it called? What is it called anyway? Retro color on the entire mix bus for just that section. And I'm just going to loop it quickly. And maybe I'll just go through a couple of presets. I quite like the VHS preset. Like that's pretty cool, hey? That's cool too. Yeah, I must get retro color for sure. It's just amazing. I love it. Yeah, so what do we think? I'm going to either go with this, I'm going to tweak these a little bit too, but either going to start with the VHS sound. Or the retro game mono. What do you think? I like them both. They have different qualities, so I don't know. I'm open to both, though. I'd like to hear your opinion on it. If anybody wants to give an opinion, that's fine. Here's VHS. And then retro game. It'd be so nice if chat was in real time, hey, and I could just like straight up, like just talk with you one-to-one. Yeah, VHS. Okay, let's go with the VHS. And we're going to modify it a little bit too. Okay, so I want to thin out the frequency spectrum a bit more. So we're going to... this is going to drive you insane, drive me insane just hearing this thing over and over and over again. And let's try to put, what else can we do on here just to get the width straight mono. I'm thinking about contrasting, basically, right? Contrasting the other sections, so everything else is stereo, everything else has got big bass, everything else has a lot of high frequencies, so I want none of those things here. Static for the whole break or decrease. Static for the whole break or decrease. Do you mean like opening up over time? Yeah, I should probably open that up over time. Hey, that could be kind of cool. Wonder about more wobble. Just for the last little bit, let's open it up, and we can do that with the magnitude slider. What's this do? Julian, hello. Welcome. Nice to see you. Okay, let's try to automate this. Right. Did you go? Yes, you did. Okay, so how are you, Julian? Okay, so that's at 100%, and maybe midway through, or even just the last quarter note, let's try opening it up. I wonder what that's going to be like. That's kind of cool. We try for the last 2 quarters. That's cool too. We could try for the entire thing and just bend the slope quite a lot. That's actually pretty sick too. And we can fade into it real quick right at the end as well. I like that. Let's leave that like that for now, and then we'll work it out a bit more later. Okay, so let's hear that from the top and see how it flows into the next part now, if we've increased the impact or not. And if you're new to the stream here and you're checking it out, please say hello. I'm happy to chat with you. You know, I've even got the message in the chat. It says, please say hello or ask a question. No, it's fine. You can just chill and watch too. I do that a lot when I'm watching people stream. I'm not chatting. I understand. Works. I think we need to turn down the volume of, how's that going to work? I wonder, does the output volume of the plugin get affected by this magnitude slider? That is interesting. Let's see. So if I turn this like way down, yeah, it does get affected by it. So we can just bring this down, maybe like, I don't know. Let's see. Too much. It's gonna take some fine tuning because we really want this next part to like come in with a bang, right? So. So So yeah, anyone who's been following the series a little bit, you know that this has been changed in a variety of ways. Let me just quickly go over the ways. Let me count the ways it has been changed. The first is I added some background trippy stuff from Arcade. I'll just put it with the drums here. All right, so I got these, it's almost like scratching sounds. And then the sucking in sort of sound, and then this kind of so that's kind of my drum fill, is that big and then outside of that percussion stuff, I think I've changed. Oh, what do we got? This chord, I believe, is an E flat minor 6, like last time. E flat, or E major 7 sharp 11. This is back to E minor, E flat minor again, and then it hits a D major, I don't know what it is, 6 sharp 11, something like that. Some kind of like fat major 7th chord, a half step lower than this one. Right, which is always a trippy sound, because like if you, whenever you like what would be the word? Recontextualize the third. Pim, hello, welcome, nice to see you. Like in this case, the third of E flat. I'll put it on top so it's super obvious. The third of E flat is G flat. Keep it straight minor. If you just drop the whole chord a half step and make it major, which, oh yeah, you get that feeling. What was a minor third becomes a major third. That feeling is a cool one if you want to shock people, basically. And so that's what I'm trying to do here, is have a shocking sound, and the chord changes at an irregular moment. So we haven't heard a chord change in any place except for like on the one of the downbeat, but here, so it changes kind of mid-bar there, which is, yeah, it's surprising in basically every way that I could conceive to make it, because that was the whole point. The melody changes, the chord changes at a weird time, the chord changes to a completely new harmony, blah, 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 blah. It's all just some stuff. This last chord is going to change, though. It's just there because I duplicated this section and it just happened to be the same one as it was earlier. So that's something we're going to do today, is get a new harmony for that last little bit. So I think that's probably the main things I've changed. I have some stuff I really want to work on with this section before going into the next section. But let's listen one more time from the top, and then we'll get to work on that stuff. I just want to get the overall flow. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, where to start? Well, there's a few things that stick out in my mind. One is the section is feeling good, but I would like it to be even bigger sounding. And there's a few things I think that are happening here that I could do to work on that. The first is when after the first, I don't know what you call it, call and response. There's a thing that everyone does in like the kind of dubstep world where on the start of their drop, they have this swap thing that happens, like chord stab noise, basically, in just ja, ja. And that's what we've got here. Swap, right? So, how to use the AM sound at bar 10 EQ. It's actually that plugin, retro color by RC20, it's called, by XLN Audio. So yeah, that's what we were just doing right before you got here, actually, was just putting that on. So the same thing could be sort of done with an EQ. It's just that retro color has more options. Yeah, you get like all sorts of cool stuff, adding noise, adding flutter, adding a tube. I mean, there's so much cool stuff going on in there. So like, if you want to mess with the sounds, that's a great one. So yeah, let's see. The point is trying to make this a bit bigger sounding. Okay, so we have this. That hit is fine, to my ears anyway. And then we alternate the hit with the bass wop. That bass wop could be a bit cleaner, perhaps, meaning I could get rid of the reverb from the chord stab to leave the wop like front and center without being muddied by any reverb. Don't know if it's necessary right now, but it's something I'm thinking about. Then, beginning on this next snare and continuing on for the rest of the beat, I have a kind of hole in my frequency spectrum, which we can talk about. And I don't know that filling the hole... Oh, it's on sale now. RC20 is on sale now. That's good to know. I don't know if filling in that frequency gap is going to help us or not. Stranger, hello. Welcome. Great to have you here, as always. Stranger, Pim, Shankra, Julian, all big supporters of the channel. Everyone here all the time. That's wonderful to see all of you. I appreciate your support so much. I appreciate everybody being here. It's just an amazing thing to me that people want to stop by and whatever. Drums are MIDI programmed or loop samples. Pim, I will never use loops. I'm just kidding. One of my loves of music production is programming drums. So yeah, that will always be the case. The amount of times I'm going to be using a drum loop is like potentially never, bordering on once maybe. Not putting down drum loops, that's totally fine. If programming drums are not your thing, then don't do it. But for me, it is my thing. It is my thing for sure. Okay, so I want to fill in this frequency gap. Let's just look at the instruments that are playing here, and we can see what we need to do. We have this guy going. So it's providing harmonic information, right? This is like we're playing an E flat minor 6 chord. This is playing basically an E flat minor add 9 is what those notes are that it's playing. So we're getting our harmonic information from this instrument. We've got these West Coast, you know, like banger synth things. They don't even sound very West Coast anymore because they're not high enough, but you know, whatever, I still call them like that. But they're like way up high, right? They're leaving like a bunch of stuff underneath exposed, like combining this. By the way, I'm starting a musical warp drive course finally. Wow, that's great, Shamkar. Please let me know how it goes for you. And please, if you, please leave a review. It really helps me out. Anyone who's taken the course, by the way, if you don't know, I have a course called Musical Warp Drive. And the first part of that is available. It's in the description of this video here. Yeah, it's all about composition and theory. And the second part will be out this week on melody. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm actually super stoked on it. I love the section on melody. If I do say so myself, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, so please, Shamkra, enjoy and let me know what you think if you have any questions, and a review would be great. Anyone who started the course, if you want to leave a review, it's super helpful for the Udemy thing for the course to get recommended to more people. So yeah, you could consider that. Okay, so what we can do is pull up an EQ on the master channel. We can do it on our instrument bus, actually, as opposed to the mix bus. Here's an EQ. And if we play these two instruments together, you can see there's this whole area right here that we have no information going on at the moment. Doesn't mean we need information to be going on there, but if you're trying to get a big sound, an imposing, heavy sound, you kind of want to fill the stereo spectrum, the frequency spectrum. You want to fill everything. And so, yeah, we have a hole there that can be filled. The bass is going to be in this low octave, and the bass is sporadically appearing, right? It appears here on the first hit. That's not the bass. There. And then it appears a little bit through these guys. But there's a gap. We have the high instruments, we have the low instruments, and then we have the drums, basically. And they're filling the gap to some degree, but there's this region in here that is what we're going to fill right now. Or we're going to try. I don't know if it's actually going to sound any good, but that's my theory. And to do that, I'm just going to probably make a really simple patch. And we've already got this Omnisphere patch that I was using earlier that didn't really work out the way I wanted to. So I'm going to instead do something with it. So it's got this sound on it right now that it's a cool sound, but it's not at all what I need anymore. So it's going to go bye-bye. And in fact, I might just straight like program a very basic synth here instead of trying to like pick a sound or do whatever. So we're going to initialize this patch. Gotta be careful in here. I don't want to initialize my multi. I want to initialize this patch. No, I don't want to initialize this patch. Thank God I did not do that. That's the thing with Omnisphere. Hey, it's always going to take you back to whatever instrument. You got to remember, okay, I'm on instrument 5. Okay, this is the one I want to initialize. So when I'm thinking about designing this patch, I'm just thinking, what is the purpose of it? And that's always the consideration for why you're choosing an instrument. Why are you choosing it? What is the purpose of that instrument versus another one? What's its function in the music? Is it there for texture? Is it there for harmonic information? Is it there for rhythmic information? Is it there for high frequencies, low frequencies, mid frequencies? Even still, when you choose it, what are the best parts of that instrument and why are you even keeping it around? Get rid of the parts you don't need then, because they're going to get buried in the mix anyway, and just keep around the part that you chose it for, right? Sometimes, like, you might have heard, for instance, in folk music or rock music or whatever, where there's acoustic guitars and stuff, like the actual notes of the acoustic guitar, you can't even hear them at all. You just hear of the pick on the strings. And that's the point in those moments, right? It's like there's too much happening to worry about what the notes of that thing are. You want the texture. So then it's fine. You just cut all those frequencies that you're not getting any value out of, because that's not why the instrument's there in the first place for that section of the song anyway. It's there for and then you can emphasize that. So when I'm designing this, I'm thinking, okay, I have a hole in my frequency spectrum. I've already got a lot of high frequencies in this sound, in this section. I've got the drums, I've got like the synths, I've got everything. I don't need a sound that has high frequencies. I don't need a sound that has sub frequencies because I have a bass. I need a sound that has low mids, and I'm just going to play some simple chord, like a power chord or something, taking some guitar speak there, and stick that in to fill that gap. So basically all I need is like a saw wave that is filtered, and that's really all it is. So in this case, like literally like this. Because even if I put high frequencies in there, they're not going to get heard. So it doesn't matter. I just need about this much. And does it need reverb on it? Hopefully not. We're going to have to see. It's not there to be heard in any way. It's there to be felt and to fill out the spectrum. It's not there to be like, oh, there's a synth there playing a chord, right? So speaking of the chord to play, well, I know it's going to have a fifth in it because that, I'm not low enough. Here's my bass octave right down here. That's where the bass is playing. I'm not going to play in that octave because I want that to be free for the bass. I'm not going to play in this octave because that's where this guy, he's playing up here. So I'm looking for this sort of area. And I'm going to start with this sort of chord, which is just a power chord, essentially. I'm playing the fifth in the bass of the chord, fifth, root, fifth. That's all. And we're going to hit it right on the snare of this section, and it's going to take some balancing to get it to work, or maybe it won't work. We're going to have to see. Right, like it's too loud right now, and we're going to maybe put some rhythmic stuff on there as well. So I'm just going to put the chord in first, and then we're going to start to balance it. Ay, ay, ay. So there's a whole lot of secrets, a lot of psychoacoustical tricks that electronic producers use to do this kind of stuff, to trick your ear into feeling the bigness of the sound by how they use their frequency spectrum and how they chop things up. A lot of that goes on. And a lot of it is super subtle, like you wouldn't even know it's there, and that's the whole point. So I'm just going to call this filler, and let's enable an EQ on it and just remove. Okay, and we're going to try to affect it in some way. I'm going to turn off these West Coast things for now because these synth leads are just going to bother me so much. You like it? That's great. I like it too. And I think we can even make it more interesting. One thing I'm going to try, now that I have this plugin, I'm going to see if we can do something to it that might be cool, which is, what's it called? Portal. If you don't know Portal, it's by Output. Output makes amazing plugins, and Portal is just like a dream to use. Just look at it. Don't you just want to do this? How cool is that? It's like the best looking plugin I've seen, pretty much. And it's kind of like a, I don't know what you call it. It's just a make shit sound cool plugin with tons of presets that just sound awesome. Like so many good names: Exponential Space, Tranquility Garden, Ambient Lake, Fractured, Not Even, Grain Runner, Backsliding. It's like if I was a plugin. And this is just there: Stretch and Smear, pitch stuff, drum stuff, vocals, guitars, and keys. Oh my God, it's so cool. There's so much stuff in here. So we're just going to start playing around with it. I'm going to solo this instrument for a minute. It's already fluttering somehow. So it's a mushroom trip. CS, hey CS, welcome. Okay, so let's just see what we can do. I'm gonna try some, I'm thinking glitch. Actually, rhythmic is what I want. That actually sounds fucking awesome. That distortion, oh yeah. Okay, let's favorite this one. I have their movement plugin. Yeah, I have it too. It's like this one exactly. But this one does even, it's like movement on steroids, sort of. The pulse driver is already like, maybe that's enough. Let's put the drums in there just to see how it works with the rhythm. I like that. I mean, just pulsing already, that's pretty cool. Let's keep that in our favorites. Okay, let's get like the actual beat so it doesn't sound so stupid over and over again. That's not bad too, just a straight pulse like that. Yeah, awesome plugin for sure. Let's try the 8th note. And then once you've picked something, what you do is you come out of here and you can just start messing with this. I'm going to turn off the drums for a minute so we don't lose our minds. So you can see down here, the gate gets sharper. Up here, it's loose. We can get more panning, which we definitely want. And then we can actually use the wet dry knob and bring in a little bit of the sustain. Look at this, just got sparkles on the wet dry knob. Come on. Can you even see that? Oh, sorry, maybe it's off screen. There we go. You know? And then if you really want to do the nerdy stuff, you click on here. DJ Octopus, I'm actually glad to be here, South Africa. Wow, amazing. Welcome. Great to have you here. So then here is actually what's happening inside here. So this is like a grain, what do they call this? Granular something. Some cool word, insert cool word there and be satisfied. And I wonder if we can put a, I haven't done this enough yet, so we're gonna have to see. Can we put our own distortion in here? I wonder, is my question. Perhaps not. So grain controls. Look at all this stuff that's so cool. What if we turn this pitch up? I see. Grain delay, feedback mod 1, effects. Looks like a peacock feather. That's a great way to put it. So let's put in a distort effect. And let's just start. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's just see if this is even gonna like start to work at all for us. It might not, it might not sound any good, and I'm gonna spend too much time in solo to know. It fills it out a bit. The issue is with the pulsing, I have the bass already that does the whoop, whoop, whoop. So I could bring this in after the bass is finished. Like here. That's probably a better idea. So is anyone who's listening to this song that doesn't see this gonna know it's there? Probably not. Because on top of it, we're gonna have these leads going mad, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's just gonna be a subconscious back of the mix filling it out sort of situation. We should even bring it in on the next kick. I'm not sure the snare or the kick. I also wonder about trying something here. This might be a bit outrageous, but let's just try it, because that's what the point of this whole thing is, to be outrageous, right? Okay. So we're going to go a pitch bend up 12, and we're going to pitch bend down 12 as well. And we're just going to try something crazy. I'm going to automate the I'm going to automate the wet dry on the portal. So let's see here. Let's just go right. Ah, it doesn't write it. That's interesting. Oh, maybe it does. Oh, it did. Okay, great. Okay, so what we're going to do is have it... Let's see, where is that? Right here is going to come back to its full strength. It's going to be at 0 strength to begin with. 0 strength. That's the wrong term, but you know. You know what I mean. And so here, we should just hear the straight chord. Yeah. this. We can probably give this thing a little bit of width, actually, now that I think about it. Let's see, what's the easiest way to do that here? Go into unison. And turn our detune. Turn the spread. Let's try that. Can you do that with the knob in the circle as well? Do what? The automating stuff? Automating the wet dry, is that what you mean? Like this sort of stuff here? Automate, you might be right, hey? Could we automate that so that it's not... Is that what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. These sorts of things, the knob in the circle? Yeah, you're probably right, because then we could automate the... Neither of these parameters do we want to automate, though, actually. They're not going to do what we want, unfortunately. So I think that this wet dry is the way to go in this case, but yes, you can do that. And I'll show you some cool portal patches afterwards. Like my friend and I have played around with it quite a bit, and we're just like shocked sometimes at the sounds that come out of it. We're being super modest right now. Like it gets crazy. Okay, but anyway, back to my idea. So now, when this comes in, right, so also I see it's going to change its, interesting. It's louder, and then it gets, yeah, it dulls it down. I wonder if that's going to work out for us. Let's see. So what we're going to do is a pitch bend right on the snare hit, which is what this is. We're going to start at 0 and very quickly pitch bend right up to 12, like an octave higher. And so let me just see, where are we? So this actually needs to start later, the automation, I believe. Yeah, so this automation actually needs to start here. So we have this whole 2 beats to do a pitch slide, which we're going to slide down back into the correct octave. Which is not really working the way I wanted, sadly, but maybe we can make it work. Okay, that's actually too long. It needs to come in. Needs to come in here. Let's just try to... Let's see what this is going to do for us in the long run. Welcome to anybody new on the stream, by the way. Feel free to say hello or ask a question if you like. I'm happy to chat with you. We're going to play the song from the start now, in case you haven't heard it. So it's kind of working. I think we need to delay the wub 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 a bit longer, like to here, perhaps. And then we can make the pitch bend longer. Pretty cool. I don't know if it's quite fulfilling the role I wanted it to, but we'll see. I'm going to duplicate this and change the chord. This thing is just so crazy. This beat is just ridiculous. Here's the template we started from, hey? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to have to sit on this rhythm a little bit and see if that... It's not like super exciting me, so I might need to do something else with it. But for now, we're going to leave it and move along. Okay, so we've got this E flat minor 6 chord. We've got an E major 7 sharp 11. Then we're to the E flat again into the D chord. And this new chord, this chord, we're going to have to change here. Damamake. Hi. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing? Are you ready for the hypeness? Damamake, if I'm saying your name right, sorry. And we need to cut this off with a... Yeah, right here. Damemake. Wow, that's awesome. Damemake. I actually love that. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Let's see if we can drop the drums out just for the end of this little fill. Oh, I kind of do already. Watch a lot of the S1 tutorials. Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad you can make it to a stream. Okay, so we're gonna get this next chord on the go. And also I need some like something. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. What is the chord I ended up playing here anyway? It was a D major 6/9 sharp 11. So I will think in those terms. That's the point, is the eargasms for sure. I like that. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I can play it in real time. Okay, where's it gonna go? Oh, I hit actually some sick notes in there by mistake. That's cool. This one time I was making a beat, I'll have to show you guys that sometime. What beat it was. Where I did like the ultimate example of making a mistake that ended up being awesome. I had like this whole section complete, kind of like whatever, one of these sections here with a whole lot of parts going on, and it was like cool, and I had gone away and did like a solo or something, and I was gonna come back to the section again in the next part after the solo. And so I just, as you do in music production, went in and like, you know, highlighted the whole thing like this, and then go to click and drag, and I dragged it over. But when I dragged it over, kind of, I'll give an example. Okay, not like that, but like this. I inadvertently went like this and moved it down one track. I didn't even notice I was doing it. And then, okay, it's going to convert everything to audio files because, yeah, right. But you get the idea. It was not, wouldn't have done it that way. I had moved everything over, and everything got moved down one track. So all of the instruments that were playing in the previous version of the section were now, the same MIDI notes were on different instruments, if that makes any sense. So all the same instruments were there, but they were playing the parts that other instruments were playing in the previous part. And it sounded amazing right away. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep that, even though, you know, like, I didn't have any part in thinking of it, thinking of doing that. It was a complete mistake, but it ended up being like my favorite part of the song. And I thought, isn't that just so cool? That's just the way it works sometimes, hey? You just make a mistake and it just works. So think about that sometime. If you don't have a good idea for a part, just grab the whole thing and then just drag it onto other instruments and just see what happens, because sometimes you get some cool results. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Wow, what am I hitting in there that's like making it so insane? Oh, it's the C. And I've got the F in there as well. F in there as well. That's so funny. Divine intervention. Yeah, the Egyptian sound for sure. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in there. It's actually pretty hit. You know what? This could actually be a bit cooler, perhaps, if I alternate these notes. Phrygian mode, I believe. Hey, Damamake knows about that. Okay. Yeah, am I actually in E Phrygian? That's a good question. Am I in E Phrygian? I believe you're right. No, I'm not quite. I'm in like a E gypsy scale of some sort, as one of my teachers would say. But it's over a D. Pretty cool. I'm going to alternate the notes instead of having them ancient Egypsy. Hey, okay. It's called the Hijaz scale. Stranger in with the clutch. That's amazing. Thank you, Stranger. I wish I knew the names to all the scales. Da do da do da do da. Where did you come from? You came from there. Da do da do da. These are I'm not singing the right notes. I'm not even singing, so you know. First, let's just see if it's even working. I muted it. I do like this. I don't know if I want it to be like so constant the whole way. I might have to work with this a bit later, but Phrygian dominant, that's the name I'm looking for. Thank you, Damamake. That is the one, Phrygian dominant. Phrygian scale with a major third, basically. Pretty insane. Too crazy? I don't know. Maybe not. It's pretty cool though. I'm actually gonna take this run, and just to be even crazier with it, because why not, I'm gonna put up here in the duplicate whatever that I've got going on, the duplicate I've got two sounds playing all the chords. I guess that's something I should say. I've got like a synth and something or rather. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it and harmonize it as well. So it might be just completely insane. I actually need to show both at the same time so I can harmonize it effectively. Yeah, anyone that knows me knows I can't resist harmonizing literally everything all the time. Okay, so we want this. Why, my gosh, I'm seeing so much stuff right now. Okay, I don't want any of you in here. Why would you resist? Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Do you have absolute pitch? No. I've told the story before. I tried to train myself when I was a teenager. I spent like, I don't know, a few months like trying to memorize pitches and like really, really hear them over and over and over again, and thought I could get there someday. Turns out, no, you can't get there someday. There's never been an adult ever recorded having learnt perfect pitch. Even someone like above 7 years old, it's never been recorded that it's happened. It's something to do with the way we learn language, and in the formative years, if we hear a lot of music, the brain thinks that music is a language and starts to be able to hear it with more accuracy. So yeah, that didn't happen for me, sadly. I'm gonna try then. Yeah, you should. You could probably do it. I almost bet that Megan does have perfect pitch. Some of the things, as told by Rick Beato, hey Shamgar, okay, you know. Some of the things that Megan does sometimes with pitch kind of shock me, so I wouldn't be surprised actually if she's like low-key has perfect pitch and just doesn't know. I really tried learning perfect pitch. I eventually slacked, and then I got older and didn't desire to do it. Yeah, that's basically what happened to me too. And I don't mind not having it actually at all. I prefer. How do I know? Maybe it sucks not having it. Maybe it sucks not having perfect pitch. I don't know. Jacob Collier seems to do pretty well with it. Hey. But, sorry, I'm just trying to see what I'm doing here. Yeah, and so having relative pitch, though, that's very important to me. Anyone that has heard me talk before knows I'm pretty obsessed with my ear training and knowing what I'm hearing. Collier's a genius. Hey, tell me about it, man. The guy is off the charts. It's ridiculous. Yeah, totally. I can't say I like all of his music, but I don't like. I can't say I like any of all of anybody's music. You know, it's just the way it is, right? So some of his tracks I've really loved, and a lot of the other ones haven't really done it for me. But that's just me, and it just is what it is. I don't know why. I don't even know if you can hear the harmony. I feel like it's just getting buried. Sorry to just blow your ears out there with no warning. It's there, but it's so quiet that we can't even really hear the notes. Oh, I don't have the sustain pedal turned on for this, which we do need. If you don't have a sustain pedal, everybody, please buy one. Whoa, wow, got that phaser going in the background there. Okay, let's pull the velocity up. Isn't that insane? Not everything I love, but regardless, they are very well produced. Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy to see his sessions. Hey, have you ever seen his Logic sessions? They're like 300 tracks of like a billion vocal harmonies, and with his perfect pitch, he's going in and like changing things by like 14 cents. No, you know. Collier who, Pim? You must be joking. If you are joking, Pim, okay, I understand. If you're not joking, Pim, please, especially I know you. I mean, I know you to a certain extent. The stuff, the kind of music you share with me, you got to check out Jacob Collier, man. At least you got to see the phenom. Wow, okay, just look him up. He's like a prodigy, really. Some of his videos are from when he was like 16 or something like that, and he's playing like every instrument to a ridiculous degree. And these days, especially, like, oh my God, it's just insane. He's just like an absolute madman. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna leave that crazy run in there for now. And it needs more subtlety, obviously, put into it, but whatever. We're just gonna leave it for the minute, and we're just gonna work on this next chord to, yeah, just get this section finished off. I already have an idea for the next section as well, but I just want to get this last chord going. I have like a tendency, if you listen to a bunch of my music, to like not stay in sections very long. I don't know why, I just kind of get bored. But it also means that you don't get a long time to groove with a thing. Like this is like 2 repetitions and it's done. This is 2 repetitions and it's done. I kind of feel like maybe I should go again and just change some things up just to like have it groove for longer, but also like whatever. Maybe I should just change everything all the time because that's what I dig. Okay, from the top once, and then we're gonna work on this chord. Yeah, it's just completely ridiculous and over the top, but hey, that's what it is. I have an urge to keep on changing, but artists can get into a flow and they're discouraged from the track, so I got to force repetition. True. You mean you like making beats for vocalists? Okay, so let's just think harmony for a moment. We've come from a E flat 6-9 into an E major 7 sharp 11 back to E minor. You make tight beats. I got it. Perfect. With this into this, and then oh yeah, we can start getting some pretty stuff here. Let's see what we can do here. Perhaps let's look at the voicing that we actually are using. That's basically what I was playing. One of my favorite chords, and I use all the time, is add 9 chord in first inversion, or a major 9 chord in first inversion, and that's what I'm kind of trying to get happening here. That sound, that's a major 9 in first inversion. Or add 9 could be also great. It might be too pretty though for this part already. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, getting the half step in there, that's the nice stuff. And then we could get like a C minor. No, an A minor. A minor 6 chord in here. Yeah, let's try that. I don't know that it's actually going to work in this context, but I am going to try to descend into something prettier, so that was kind of my idea. Okay, let's grab this, and let's make you... Okay. This, 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 this. Oh yeah, there's like 100 instruments playing right now. I definitely can't just like smack that and expect it to work. I don't like it. Why does it sound so terrible? Maybe just because I'm playing that note so low. That's better. Okay, we're gonna just probably like take away a lot of stuff here. I'm gonna mute all of this for now, and I don't know, mute all of this. Oh yeah, this thing. I'm in an inspirational lockdown right now. I open a new song, S1, and nothing. Do you have any tips and tricks to get going if that happens? First thing is listen to music. That might sound obvious, but like take half an hour and like really do nothing else but listen to music with total openness and attention. That's a big thing for me. Like if I want to work on a type of genre and I want to get into it, I need to hear some stuff ahead of time to like, it just starts my mind moving. So that's the most important thing for me. Otherwise, there's all sorts of things you can do. It depends on how you like to start songs. If you like to start, it depends on the kind of song, obviously, but you can start harmony first, bass first, melody first, chords first. I said that already. Drums first. You know, there's so many ways to go with that. And sometimes just getting one element down can make all the difference. Otherwise, you can take something from another song and then start twisting it. You can take a chord progression from a song you like, or a melody from a song you like, or a drum pattern from a song you like, and start, kind of tweaking that as well. And then you can start to find inspiration that way too. There's no wrong way to do it, of course, and it's all about the fun. You follow the fun. Whatever seems like it's going to be most fun in that moment is probably going to work out pretty well. Just join the Discord. That's great, Amamake. That'd be great to have you there. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're going to... I don't know if this pretty chord stuff is going to work right here. That run is so ridiculous. I'm going to have to I'm going to keep it, but make it much quieter because it's just like off the charts madness. We'll work on that after. Now these, I wonder if we should just like pull these chords out to be long. Let's see. Might work. What are these funny fills? Yeah, funny fills are actually from Arcade. They're like some mangled stuff that I worked out in there. They're just some crazy sound from Arcade, and then it was, run through some of the processing inside Arcade, and then I bounced it out to audio and messed with it a little bit, and now it's just craziness. Weird. Okay, you know what we're gonna try to do? This is one of these things that I'm gonna try for 15 minutes and then realize it doesn't actually work, but I had to do it. Belongs there. That's great. Okay, so we're going to go from A major 9, first inversion, to an A minor 6/9, first inversion. And we'll just copy you up here. And then we're going to get the bass involved. Just hold the notes for now. I have no music on Spotify, actually, Damamake. In fact, that's a plan soon. I'm going to be tight-lipped on it for now, but it's something I was just chatting about with Megan recently. Some cool plans that might come to fruition there, but we're not going to talk about that in depth at the moment. Okay, here's where we're going to start getting the pretty stuff. Oh, there's another chord that has to come right now. What is it? Ooh. Ooh, that sound actually is sick with the chords too, eh? Okay, where am I? I have to think here. You have 3,000 songs and no Spotify. That's true, actually. Hell yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, so We're just gonna do like some descending chromatic bass lines, because what else do I ever do? That's just like my life. Yeah, that's right, actually, Damamake. If you do want to hear some stuff from like years ago, it is available. I have remixes. I have a few remixes here on the channel that you can check out. And otherwise, I have a SoundCloud with a bunch of stuff, but the latest stuff on there is like, again, like 3 years ago. So my apologies to potential fans, should they be out there. One more right there. Boom, boom, dum. It's like a museum. That's a great way to put it. Okay, the next chord is going to be E major 9, second inversion with the 5th in the bass. There's some interesting playlists anyway. Yeah, it's true. I have quite a few playlists on there. And there's a lot of stuff that's not readily apparent on the SoundCloud. You have to kind of dig through it. When I was first getting into doing composition online, like trying to do professional composition, I created a website, which is now gone, and then I created a whole bunch of mini beats. Like, they're not just beats, they were all kinds of music, but they were like a minute long, basically. And that was a blast creating all that, but it was to be a demo for my composition work. So I took like so many different styles, and I just made music in every style, and then I put that all up on SoundCloud, and then I put it on the website. Yeah. Damamake, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Signal remix is one of my favorites as well, actually. I don't have it on YouTube yet. It's something I've got to do. I'm just going to try to make a visualizer for it soon and then put it up. But if you guys haven't heard that one, you might like it if you like jazz harmony and stuff, and it has a whole kind of like orchestral breakdown in it as well, which is kind of cool. So you might want to check that out. It's on the SoundCloud. Okay. So what is the voicing we're looking for here? We're looking for... We went from this to this to... Oh, that's pretty. Oh, it's even better. Harmony, what can you say, man? Jeez. So, okay, what was it we had? I'm losing myself. I'm too excited. You better lose yourself. No, okay, stay away from that. We got some ways to go. Yeah, in the Discord on Make, please share some music. I'd love to hear it. And anybody, if you've got music for me to listen to, both your own music and just like music that you like, that you think I would like. A couple of viewers have made playlists for me, actually, like Spotify playlists. They share with me of music they think I would like, and that's a wonderful thing. I'm so happy about that. So if you want to do that, you're free to. Okay, I don't have enough notes. Started music production in January this year. Hey, congratulations. That's great. You're almost at a year of producing. I was just asking on the last stream, like how long everybody's been producing for or been making music for in general. Anybody on the chat want to let me know how long you've been working on stuff? I've been working on stuff since I was about 15. I'm 31 now. Hey, it's early in the morning. Relatively speaking, no, it's not. It's 11:20, but I can get a B. Can I get a B flat? An A. Yeah, okay. We're down there today. Yeah, please do, Damamaki. That's a great idea. Okay, I like where these chords are heading. I like music. Welcome. Hi again. Okay, so now we have an option. Do we continue with the prettiness, or do we do something shocking again here? Not shocking, but we do something non-diatonic, relatively speaking. We've like lost the key completely. We're in a new world. But whatever. So far, for anyone who's into that kind of thing, these chords are, this is A major 9, first inversion, so A major 9 over C sharp. This is C minor, this is A minor 6/9, first inversion. This is E major 9, second inversion. And now we have a chance to either go and hit like an A major 7 type chord. That sort of thing to keep it pretty. However, it could also, coming out of that E, you could also hit some kind of, I don't even know if that's going to work out. Well, it might work out. Let's think. How's that going to work out? Is it going to work out? Oh, that's actually pretty sick. I never played that change before. That's an interesting one. I'm just gonna try it and see if I like it in context. I'm not a good enough player, sadly, to get these like huge inverted chords like super quick under my fingers. I need a few minutes to practice, but whatever. So the rhythm. Same spot again, why not? I was trying to make EDM yesterday. I think it's going all right. Great. I like music. Join the Discord. Post it for us. Get some feedback. Let us hear what's going on. I'd love to take a listen. Hi, Max. Just subscribed after watching it for about 2 seconds. Brand new to production. But got my degree in guitar. Hey, any tips for someone who knows music but not necessarily on the production side? That's great. So I'm in the same world as you, Ed. I'm a professional guitar player. Guitar is my primary instrument, actually, and that's where I came to music production from. First thing I would say is, if you have any piano skills, great. If not, I would try to get them. As much as the guitar skills are great, having keyboard skills is way superior when it comes to music production. If you're into that kind of thing, that's my first suggestion. Otherwise, if not, just start doing stuff. That's honestly, like, as stupid as that sounds, everyone, including myself, always wants, of course, like the tips that are going to get us there real fast. But the thing that's going to get you to be great at it real fast is make like 100 beats, 100 songs, like now. Just start and follow the fun. Do whatever you think is fun. Just try. In the trying, you will learn what you suck at. And in learning what you suck at, you'll know what to study. It's hard for me to tell anybody exactly what they should study because I don't know you. But in your trying, you will realize, I can't do this, or I don't understand this, and that will lead the path forward. That's my experience anyway. However, of course, you know music, so it's production skills that you need to work on, production and mixing skills. So synth design, depending, I don't know, I need to answer that question first. What kind of music do you even want to make? That will tell a lot of the story. So let me know. So we got this, this is going up, this is hitting the 9th, this is hitting the 7th, this is hitting... It's kind of interesting sound. That's pretty cool. And now we can hit the A. Yeah, okay, this is gonna work out. And then right here on the downbeat. We get our A. Speaking of dirty loops, these are some pretty dirty loopy chords here. These chords are looped. Trying to think of voicings here. Let's just get that going on. Like this could just not work at all, right? Like I've been working on this now for like 15 or 20 minutes and it could just not flow at all into this section. We're gonna probably like force it to do that though. You can do that, by the way. If the music is not behaving, you just force it to do what you want and it sometimes works. That's what I've learned. Oh yeah, I play instruments, Damamake. I play guitar as my primary instrument, and I also play piano and bass and drums to a certain extent as well. But I've been a guitar teacher for like, yeah, since I was 15. I've been teaching guitar, actually. So over 15 years. That's by far my primary instrument. But I don't play that much these days, honestly. I don't play that much guitar. Okay. So you up here, this is going to require a completely different drum beat, and this is going to have to go. Let's just see what happens now. I'm just going to like pull this over and just pray. Do you make sample packs? I have not made sample packs actually in the past, but that's probably a great idea. I should probably do that. Primary is trumpet, but I play horn. I'm trying to learn piano keyboard. Hey, that's great. Nice. Happy to hear that. Speaking of that, I don't know whether this is controversial to people or not. I work for a company. I have been working for a company called Unison. You might have heard of them. They make packs, MIDI packs, and synth packs and stuff. So I've been working for them for many years now, making synth packs, and also I make MIDI packs for them, like just untold thousands of MIDI files, chord progressions, melodies, bass lines. It's a pretty strange gig, but also it's pretty cool because I get to work on it. Yeah, you've heard, yeah. So, yeah, I got in with those guys early when they were just beginning the company, and I've been with them the whole time. So if you ever buy anything from Unison, most likely I'm behind it. There's things I'm not doing anymore. I'm not going to take credit for all this stuff, that's for sure. A lot of the modern synth stuff, I'm not doing that synth stuff anymore, just back in the day, making Serum presets for them. And then also, they have some drum stuff too, which I didn't do. Looks like I'm in the right place since you also play guitar. I like the 100 beats idea. I'm going to challenge myself to start that tonight. That's a great idea. Okay, let me just show you something here, just so you have some inspiration. This is my music hard drive. And I have here, under finished tracks. So in the first years I started serious music production, these ones were in the first year. And these are just the ones that I bounced out. These are the ones that I finished. Finished as in I liked them enough and finished them out to export them. And then the following, actually at the same year and the following year came all these ones. And as the years went on, came less and less. This is just, of course, a small portion of what I actually did because I didn't bounce out all the tracks. So I'm just trying to give a sense of, I didn't get to being able to make music on the computer just like spontaneously because I was able to play a keyboard or something like that. It was like hundreds and hundreds of beats, just like obsessing about it all the time, every day, making beats, trying. What's compression sound like? What's EQ sound like? What's reverb sound like? How do you use this? How do you voice these chords? How do you do that? You just try shit continuously all the time and let it be fun. You know, it's not always fun, but as much as possible, you know, let it be fun. Follow what's fun and you will just get good at it. You know, you just will. So trumpets are so cool and underrated. Yeah, no kidding. I love trumpets. That's amazing. What other presets do you have? I personally don't have any presets in terms of like stuff I'm selling. I don't sell any presets myself. Maybe I should sometime. Hey dude, great stream. Just dropped a like and a follow. Wow, that's so nice. Wiggums, nice name. Thanks. Appreciate that. Where are you from, Wiggums? I'm going to play the track from the start now for anyone who's new and hasn't heard it yet. We're going to get through the whole tune here. It's not much of a whole tune yet. And we're going to see how these new chords are kind of working out. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so yeah, some work needs to be done there to smooth all that out. This this line, da-dee-doo-dee-doo-da-doo-da-doo-dee-doo-da, wow, that's just like a bit, it's so loud right now. Hey, men's group, hey, it's got the head nod going. Hey, that's a good sign, yeah. I'm kind of known when I'm in the jamming mood. If I'm really like having a live jam and it's happening, especially like if, yeah, the crazy run needs to be way quieter for sure. If I'm jamming, especially if I'm playing bass, I'm full on with the like. I should get a video someday of it. Hey, maybe actually he's got one. I don't know. If you guys know Joe Dart from whatever it's called, Wolfpack, you know, when he's playing boom, 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 boom. That's my life, man. That's the way I got to do it. You got a few, yeah. Actually, I should grab one and just put it up on the YouTube so people can see me jamming and check that out. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah. So let's just. Let's just work out the velocities to get that run down because it's just crazy noisy right now. The issue is that this patch, this synth patch, doesn't have velocity built into it, so we're just going to do that. We'll just say that matrix, and we're going to say, I mean, it can be crazy, but a volume swell. Yeah, I agree, exactly. That's one of my challenges in music, getting that mix and master super clean. Hey, man, that's the challenge. That's what I've kind of been obsessed with, too. I would much rather not mix my music. I actually don't like mixing at all. I've learned to like some aspects of it because I have to, but you know, if I could have a computer that could just mix the thing and have it sound clean, like that's the way. Like I would much prefer that. I'm into music production because of the notes, because of the rhythms, because of the sounds. You know, I'm not in it to like sit and twist knobs to make it sound good. Like I want it to just sound good. But unfortunately, I'm not going to pay somebody to do it, and there's no robot that's going to do it well for me yet, so I've had to learn. But in the learning, I've been obsessed with hyper cleanness, right? That's like my whole thing. I love stuff that's also like dirty and like whatever, gritty stuff, but also I really like super clean mixes, and that's what I've kind of tried to chase my whole career. Okay, we're going to say velocity is going to control the global amplifier, and there we go. Now it's velocity sensitive. Endless time trying to fix it, make it sound clean. Yeah, I mean, tell me about it, man. Jesus. How do I swell as automation and cut off? You have to rephrase the question. I like music. I actually don't know exactly what you mean. I'm new to mixing and I can't say that I like it or hate it. Hey, that's great. It's better than hating it. That's for sure. Some people like it. Some people really like mixing. Some people only mix, right? Some people are mix engineers. They don't even play instruments or music. They just mix. Like, thank God for them. Wow, that's amazing. You hear some of the mixes that come out of the pop world. Come on. You hear some of the stuff that's like in how ILM does it. They're not asking. How I do swells is I automate volume and cutoff. Ah, okay, understood. Got it. That's a good idea. Thank you. Mixed by Allie's the goat. Yeah, totally. Oh, I didn't mean to type it like that. That's fine. I understand now. I like music. Megan helped me out. They usually have all analog gear. Yeah, I know. I'm not a big fan of like the analog. Maybe I can't say I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a fan of the sound. Why not? But like, I don't know if it's actually necessary for a good mix. I think it's kind of like guitars. Like I come from the guitar world, and a lot of people are like, if you don't play like a 57 Telecaster or a 63 Strat or whatever, like, you know, you're not making good music. But I don't really buy that. Okay. So, right, we're doing velocity. Okay, so since I made this synth now velocity sensitive, all of my other stuff is going to be screwed up because I wasn't thinking about that to begin with. So actually, it looks like they're all pretty set. So, hey, Okay, so here. So now everything can get better now. Okay, let's just try this. Too many plugins is a hazard. Choose your favorite and learn to master them. That's great advice, Shamkra, actually. That's great advice. Like, when it comes to like my mixing plugins, most people here know I have FabFilter stuff is my favorite, and that's it. I just learned to use them really well, and I don't seek for anything else because like I don't want to have to think about it. You love the groove of the first part. I love it too. I think it's pretty funky. The bass line particularly is funky. And we're going to get back to it. I've got an interesting idea. I'm going to mention it now so I don't forget it, which is that we're going to do this next pretty section. We're going to drop the drums out, have a pretty section for a while, contrast that with all this stuff, and then we're going to like hit some like dank chord, and that's going to throw us back into this section. And we're going to play one bar of it, just that. A quick drum fill, and then we're going to go back to the start of the loop again, pitch it down like a key change, like a whole step down, and then change all the instruments. So we're going to start the whole loop over again, pitch down a whole step into a new key, change all the instruments. So we're going to hear the whole thing in a new world, basically, as if new musicians started playing it. So it's going to start like, oh, I know this part. We go down. I think it's going to be sick, actually. Hi, Max. I saw your Reddit post. Hey, that's great. Welcome, John. Yeah, I posted this stream on Reddit. I don't often post that I'm going to do the streams on Reddit because I don't want to like overload people and be like, hey, I'm streaming all the time, guys. You should always come check it out. But I thought today, hey, the beat's sounding pretty decent, so let's give it a shot. Okay, I'm just going to quickly get these thingies in order. In fact, what I'm going to do is just grab the pencil tool and the line tool, I should say, and just swell them up like this. And I'm actually going to copy that and put it up there as well. Yeah, that's working out pretty well. Let's see if we can get these drums in line to like just be like epic and cool. I'm going to get rid of this whole beat here. I'm not going to get rid of the whole beat. One of those like big fill sections, you know, gospel style. We're going to leave the snares intact. We're going to get rid of all the hats. What else am I seeing here? Why am I seeing 2 tracks? Oh, Visor is muted already. Whoa, that's programmed live drums. Yeah, man, of course. That's my life. I'm always programming. I got a series on it. I don't know, maybe you haven't seen it yet, Damamake. I have a series on realistic drum programming on the channel. It's halfway through the series right now. I'm all about it. I'm all about the realistic drum programming. Oh, I'm at the wrong spot. God damn it. Okay. Here we go. New to the channel, of course, yeah. I shouldn't expect so much of you. Yeah, no, you should check it out. I think you'll like it if you want to see learn some tips about sample selection and about how to get realism in your parts and all that. Like, that's the point of it anyway. Okay, so my grid looks all like messed up right now. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna throw in these kicks on the changes. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're gonna just get the cymbals going like crazy here. I need to actually turn my cymbals down because, yeah, in the patch I've got right now, which I'm gonna answer your question, John, is I'm using Addictive Drums, not SSD or BFG or BFG. That's from a video game. No, I'm not using those other guys. I'm using Addictive Drums 2, which I actually love, love, love. I just actually adore this plugin. So, one thing maybe you guys know if you watch drummers, oftentimes they're gonna, for big parts, they're gonna hit 2 cymbals at one time. And that's gonna be what we're gonna do too. My cymbals are not stereo spread right now, which I actually need to work that out. So I'm gonna... and it's gonna be... I gotta mute this channel for a second because it's just gonna be super annoying to listen to. It's gonna be different sets of cymbals every hit. So we have those ones there. These ones here. And then maybe back to this set for here. And then, yeah, that's going to get that part. So let's just see how that's working. So we're gonna need some other hits in here as well for the drums. Maybe some toms. That. I need to change this fill up to something more interesting. I've been having this, oh, you must know about this. Presonus hasn't been answering my calls tickets. There are many people on Reddit and the forums had this issue too. I've been having this weird Studio One problem where the automations plugins do not appear in the final mixdown. Ah, that's interesting. I haven't actually made final mixdowns in the last like 2 months because I've just been doing these streams and I've not like finished a song. So I actually don't know with the new versions. I haven't been trying to bounce anything out. So I should probably try to do that. That would be super unfortunate. So your automations, your plugin automations are not being written in the final mixdown. That is unfortunate. I'll keep that in mind and I will think about it. These chords are not happening right here. We need to like work our way into them a bit better. Let's think about it. Studio One 5 issue, yeah. You might be right. Turn these guys off for a second. Okay, for this last, we're going to flam the snare and throw a couple of toms. Oh, that's the wrong spot, god damn it. Okay. okay. I don't know. I need to do something with it. It's not coming to me at the moment. So, stressing your CPU to mix sounds, bouncing a single track as well. Huh. That's unfortunate. Quincy Jones going on. Yeah. What is it about this that's not working? Is it the West Coast sounds? Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's I bet you that's part of the problem. These guys need to be worked into the chords. So that isn't a bad thing. He's one of the most influential producers of the last 50 years. Yeah, no kidding. Sounds very aggressive. That's the idea. Exactly, that's the idea. I have a background in metal, if anyone doesn't know. Coming from as a teenager, I played tons and tons of metal, like on guitar. And that's like in my blood. They kind of make your face just turn upside down and like want to explode kind of thing. Which also was why I like a lot of electronic genres quite a lot, drum and bass and some dubstep stuff and some trap stuff as well. Of course, as you can see, I love jazz and pretty music and orchestral music and game music. There's so much good music in the world. It's crazy. Classical, geez. But Pantera never got so into it. I should have when I was younger. I don't know why it wasn't a big thing for me. I just passed it over, I guess, at the time. I'm not sure. Just wrong place, wrong time. It was more like Metallica was the start of the heavy stuff, and then I kind of probably skipped the 90s metal stuff a lot, and I went into like more 2000s Lamb of God, Periphery, Genty stuff, whatever. Just got heavy there for a while. Oh, Dream Theater. Oh, yes, of course. I have a Dream Theater cover on my channel from like, oh, I don't know, 2008, 2007, maybe even earlier, 2006. If you want to see me playing guitar when I'm like literally a baby, you can just go on my channel and go look at like my oldest videos, and you'll find me playing a song, Erotomania, on guitar, and you can see Baby Max. And where that was like probably just when I started producing, if not before I started producing. It's kind of funny, actually. Okay, so we're gonna work out some melody notes for these guys. Oh, these notes. I see what's happening there. Okay, well, whatever. Okay. Let's think here. I like the run. Yeah, I like the run too. It's very cool. Okay, give me a second to think here. Cool filter on the run. That's actually a great idea too, actually. I need to, it's actually a great idea, actually. I need to just get this thing done first before I think about anything else. What's the best way for me to do this? I'm going to loop these chords, and I'm going to play. So I don't want the delay on there. Oh, that's one thing that you guys might like to know. To increase the hype factor of these synths, they have a big delay when they are in their playing their notes like this. But these notes will clash with what comes next. So right when the chord changes, we have the delay being muted, so that the delay builds up and it's like super hype during the actual thing. Where is that? That's not actually the thing. Here it is. The delay gets muted. It's, yeah, lots of like running over itself during the run up on the notes, and then as soon as the chord is going to change, it gets cut, because, yeah, we don't want to like have the chord clash going on there. And same thing here. And it cuts right here. So, which is great. Actually, that's what I was just about to do, is try to cut it there, and I don't have to, so. Yeah, I do have to stop that from happening, though. Ah, God, okay, how do we make this not happen? You nice, yo, what's up? Chillin', man. How you doing? Let's get this. Hey, I have a beat. That's great. Tell us about it. What kind of beat is it? Is it like this one? Can you play it on your stream and give me feedback? Oh, that would be interesting. Maybe I'll do a separate stream for that. I'm not going to do it today, but like I could do that one day. Hey, like a viewer beats stream. That could be kind of fun. Yeah, if anyone else is into that, just let me know, and I can do that sometime. If you want some feedback on it sooner, you can just join the Discord. It's in the link it's in the description of this video. There's a link. Join the Discord, and then you can get some feedback on your beat in there. But if you want to do it in front of the thousands of people, no. Like, what do we get viewers on this stream? Like a couple hundred? Please play my beat on the stream. Sorry, bro, it's not going to happen. Not today. And you don't get it just from asking like that. Sorry to tell you. So. Hey, that was pretty sick. Okay, noise is annoying me. The time there is 11:55 a.m. That last one. What's my last chord? Not quite. Where am I from? I am from Canada, the west coast of Canada. Where are you from? That's pretty cool. Let's try that out. Ah, where's my click? Have I muted my click or something? Yeah. Nice to have you here, Amit. Always. Huh, I can't hear my metronome. Ah, there we go. Okay. Come to India someday. Hey, I would actually love to. I've got a lot of friends that go to India pretty often when the situation in the world is not as it is, and definitely got good reasons to be in India. And some of the most wonderful people that I've had the chance of speaking to are from India too, so I have a lot of appreciation for that place. Every time I play the beat, I can hear my studio here is separate from the house where we live. Megan is inside the house watching on the TV inside. And every time I I play the beat and push stop, I can hear in the background the bass is coming through. Add some hip hop bass in it. Add some hip hop bass. What is hip hop bass? I've got some hip hop bass, man. There's some pretty hip hoppy bass in here. How about this stuff? Now let's put these ones in there too. Subvids, hello, welcome. Okay, so of course I have to harmonize this line too. I can't just leave it naked like that. But let's just see if it's actually working first of all. From the top. I like it, but I still don't know about this chord, these chords coming in here. I almost want to say we need one more repetition of this loop. I don't know. What do you guys think about these chords? Do they feel like they're coming in too early? Should I go for one more repetition of like this? Something about it is just not right to my ears. And thank you. I appreciate the kind words. You don't mind the change, okay? Okay. You feel like it's too early. Yeah, repeat it. Okay, we got the different opinions. So the funny thing is, right, because we're so used to music in groups of 4, and I've got 3 chords here, three chords. I have 3 loops of the kind of main groove, and usually we're expecting a 4th one. So hearing this come in one early, that's the thing. I'm interested in doing that because whatever, I'm trying to break expectation and all that. But also I don't know if it's ruining the flow. I've got some ideas to try something with the drums here before. Which software? Studio One, my friend, is the software I'm using. Let's just start loosening up this hi-hat. That helps a bit. I did 80 as addictive drums, that's right, yeah. Loosening that up. Go crazy with the snare, that could be a good idea too. And I don't like the fills I have going on, all that kind of stuff that's going on in the middle here right now. Let's see. I wish I could come there and get taught by for your beat production. Hey, maybe one day. I've got a course if you want to know. I mean, it's not on beat production, sorry. It's on music theory, but it's in the link. There's a link in the description if you want to learn from me in terms of like how I think about chords and melodies and all that. You can always check that out. If not, just keep watching the channel. I'm going to be posting lots of stuff here, you know, especially this month. If you're new to the channel this month, hey, I've actually freed myself up in a great way, and now I can, I can spend a lot of time making some YouTube content for everybody and doing a bunch of stuff on tutorials for beats and things that I wasn't able to the past months, so I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, we can throw in another snare even right here. And maybe another one even earlier too. How can anyone be a beat producer? The most important thing is that you love it. If you love music, if you love to make music, then you will get good, because your love of the thing will take you to do exactly what ILM just said, practice a lot. If you love it, you will do it a lot. Doing it a lot is practicing. Practicing is how you get better. I wish I could say that there's some simple trick, and in fact, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, the way that on YouTube and the internet, we, you know, there's a lot of like, hey, 5 simple tricks to make your beat sound super fat, or like, you know, all this kind of shit. Like, there's actually no simple tricks. I mean, there's 1,000 simple tricks, but none of the simple tricks are going to do it. It's actually all about loving the thing and doing it a lot. That's what it's about. It takes years. It takes years of dedication and enjoyment of the process. If you don't enjoy the process of making music, then that's it. You're not going to be a great producer. There's no other way to get around it. And nobody who is great, that is, all the people I look up to, my teachers, whether they know they're my teachers or not, got that way through like a simple fix. You know, there's no like, they just learned this one thing and suddenly everything sounded amazing. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately, in this art form or in any art form. I'm not saying that you think that, but I know a lot of people have that wish. I have the wish too. I wish it was that way. I wish we could just like straight up, just be like, hey, just do this one thing and suddenly everything's going to be amazing and you don't have to ever think about it again. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. If I produced a beat successfully, then what should be the next step for me? Do literally 100 more beats. Before you've made 100 beats, I honestly wouldn't even worry about anything. If you think you're good, if you think you're not good, if you think you need to work on stuff, don't even worry about it. Make 100 beats first. Then start asking, like, okay, is this working out? Maybe I should work on something. How do I get to Carnegie Hall? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I missed a few comments here. I'll just read them quickly. I'm still learning about chords. I love hearing jazzy chords, but don't understand them. Hey, okay, so musical warp drive is going to be the thing for you. That's the course I've got. I mean, I'm not trying to just push it on you all the time. Musical warp drive, man, buy the fucking thing. It's on Udemy, so it's like not expensive at all. But like if you want to start getting into thinking that way, that's my life, and that's the thing I love most. So that's a way to start as far as I'm concerned. Hey Max, I came across your channel through your template video. Oh, that's great. I've been working on my template tirelessly, and so far I think it's pretty good. I'll share it in Discord. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Do you have a Studio One template available that I can get additional ideas? I don't, because my template is unique to my setup, right? I have a bunch of plugins that you're not going to have, and so of course I can't give you my template. It's not going to work. However, I am going to release a stock Studio One template soon that everyone can just have for free, that has all the stock instruments set up and routed and mixed and blah, blah, blah. So that could be something that you're into. Do you ever use the arranger track? I do. I do in certain instances, usually just for teaching purposes, honestly. Usually I just have it up there to like label things and whatever. I think because I had so many years of not having it, and the way that I make songs is so irregular. I don't usually have like verse, chorus, intro, this kind of stuff. It's just like a mash of madness all the time. Even in the softer music that I make, it's unconventional in that way. Yeah, the arranger track somehow caused me problems. So long, whenever your stuff is not purely stuck to, you know, like 8 bars or whatever, if it like bleeds over in either direction, it's going to cause some problems sometimes. It's a really cool feature though. I actually love it. It's very nice to have. Nice offering. Yeah, hopefully get that done soon. Is S1 your only DAW, or does you prefer one? Right now, it's my only one. I've actually used many DAWs over my career doing music production, starting on an old Cakewalk DAW, and then Reason, then Pro Tools, then Cubase, then Logic. Digital Performer, of course, for many, many years, Digital Performer. I've never been an Ableton guy, though. That's the one that I'm like not been into. But S1 I've been using now for I think 3 or 4 years. And yeah, I actually love it. It's my favorite by far. Okay, so much talking. What am I doing? I know I'm going a bit over time here. I'm just kind of like on a thing right now, so I'm just going to try to make it happen. Usually these streams are about 2 hours long, so I started at 10 a.m. It's just past noon right now, but that's fine. I'm happy to keep working on it. I'm happy to chat with all of you too. It's a blast for me. Okay, so what was I just trying to do? I'm just like completely spaced out. I was getting that melody in there. I was getting the drums. Oh, I just got a cool idea. Okay. Have you ever tried FL Studio? I have just briefly because some students have used FL Studio. Some of my production students in the past have used it, and so I've had to kind of like learn it a little bit and see, but it was never so intuitive for me, the whole like pattern approach. And maybe I'm just like a noob and I don't understand. That's actually the truth. I'm a noob. I don't understand how to use it, so I can't really comment on it. I know I wasn't grabbed by it. However, I can see that it would be great for a lot of people because it's like visually very appealing and works in a way that I think, yeah, is good for a lot of people who are getting into music production. You know, I think that that's probably where they're marketing most of their marketing energy goes towards people who are new to the thing. I don't know for sure, but that's my inexperienced opinion. I'm a teacher in real life, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been teaching music for 15 years. I work at a music school here in Canada where I teach guitar and keyboard and bass and music theory and production and a bunch of different stuff. That's been my job all my life, actually. I've always worked in music, except for I'll tell you a story in 1 second. We're blessed to listen to your music. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you like it. She's so sweet. Megan's so sweet. Megan is the sweetest person ever. Megan is my partner for anyone who doesn't know. And I love her very much. I love hip-hop music. Yeah, I love hip-hop music too. Absolutely. I grew up listening to hip-hop music big time, so it's in my blood. Everything I do tries to have a bit of a hip-hop vibe to it. I was going to tell you a quick story here about the job thing. I started teaching when I was 15, and I started teaching guitar. And what I did was I put an ad in the paper seeking more students. It was the ad. I never had a student, but that was the ad I put for my 15-year-old self. Got a student the next week. Turns out he was like six doors down from me on the street. Ended up teaching that student from the time he was 7 years old until he went to college, believe it or not, until he was 19 years old. I taught him through the whole thing. I went from a mid-teenager into my late 20s. He went from a 7-year-old to a 19-year-old. That's happened many times to me now, which is just a beautiful experience to see the maturing process, both through a person's musical life and through their puberty and their high schooling and the whole thing. It's just fascinating. And so I've been teaching and making money that way and whatever. So at some point, I don't know why, I started to feel like, maybe I'm tired of teaching and I want to like do something else. So my something else was I'm gonna go work at a movie theater. I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I wanted to do. So I went to a movie theater, and I'll try to keep the story short, but it's a pretty funny one. So the first day they have us like taking tickets down at the bottom of the escalator. You know, like I'm standing with somebody there taking tickets, and being like, okay, you're in theater 5, you're in theater whatever, right? And then I'm with a friend, and we're there for 2 hours taking tickets, and this friend is someone I just met. And the person tells me, okay, so now you understand, next week, you're going to do this by yourself. I said, oh, wow. I mean, this was already super boring just with you here. And I'm going to be doing it for 2 hours by myself. So fine, we're doing that. We're cleaning up Coke spills. We're cleaning up popcorn from the aisles, whatever. Comes to the end of the night. It's like 11:55 p.m., right before midnight. And I go into the bathroom to wash my hands, and there's puke filling one of the sinks, literally filling it. And I go outside to talk to the supervisor or whoever was watching us over at the movie theater there, who runs our shift. I was like, hey, there's like puke in the sink there. Like, what do we do? And she's like, oh, there's gloves just under there, like these thin little, the see-through gloves. There's these gloves right there. And if you could just scoop it into the trash, that would be great. And so I might go back to the thing, and I'm literally scooping someone's puke up and putting it in the garbage, thinking like, what am I doing? I teach music. I'm not supposed to be scooping puke into a garbage can. I don't know why I ever thought this would be a good idea. And so I called them the next day and I quit. That was it. That was my one day doing something like non-musical, basically. For money, trying to do it. I thought it was going to work out. Hey, I'm going to get free movie tickets. Isn't that going to be awesome? And it ended up being, no, you're scooping puke. But that's all I needed to see. So I just had that one experience, and then ever since then, I was back on the music thing, and I've been teaching ever since. Teaching and composing. I do get a lot of work from I have had a lot of work from the composing world as well. So sorry for that little side note, but I always love the story. It's so funny. I missed a few comments here. Sorry about that. Have you ever done some sound design work? Yes, Igor, absolutely I have. I worked as a sound designer for Serum for a company called Unison for about 2 years, and I made about 600 Serum patches, and I also make my own patches all the time for various synths, for Omnisphere and Serum and Mai Tai and whatever else. I quite like that kind of stuff. It's very special to be your students. Yeah, it's a very sweet thing with all the students. I'm applying for a Canadian visa, just landing over there to get your course done. Language this week. That's hilarious. We'll see you soon. So glad that my dinner is still in the road. Okay, so let's get back to the music here for a second. I like the way now, even though these chords are coming early, I feel like I'm solving the problem a little bit. It sounds a bit more natural the way I've got it going on. So let me just hear it from the top once more. And then I'll probably call it quits pretty soon. Good idea I was going to do. Let me think. The idea revolves around metric modulation. If you've ever heard the concept, it's kind of a term from the drumming world. And if you've ever seen like a drum solo where like you're keeping the beat with them and they're doing all sorts of cool stuff, and then all of a sudden they seem to like get onto this other tempo all of a sudden that like throws you for a loop. Usually that's a metric modulation. So they're taking some kind of subdivision, like say triplets or dotted eighth notes or whatever, doesn't matter what it is, some kind of irregular subdivision that's not just straight eighths, not straight sixteenths. It's like groups of 3 or 5 or something, some grouping like that. And they take that, so say if you've got our tempo here, da 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 da. So you have like a thing like that. Da 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 da. That's just dotted eighth notes or groups of 3/16 notes. Da 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 da. Once you establish that in your mind, the da 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 da. What you do is you use that as your new tempo. Da 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 da. I don't often hear it used that way in like a fat beat context like I just did, but that's like a sound that I love and I would like to try to put in here too. So we have an opportunity here where this whole thing cools down, right? We have these chords that hit here. And right on this hit, boom, I can start an element going on a polyrhythm like that. Dun, 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 see what I mean? So you bring the listener into the new groove by relaxing the previous groove, showing a polyrhythm, and then you take the polyrhythm as the new tempo and you make the beat on that. And that's what I would like to try to do. It's going to be kind of interesting. Just noticed the track is called Cats in the Bave, and I love it. Yeah, totally. That was actually, on the first day we were doing it from Megan, I had some, I think, like boogers in my nose or something like that, and just bats in the cave, cats in the bave, and we were off and to the races. Yes, that's Ace Met Mod for sure. Okay, so you know all about it. Met Mod, hey, that's the hip term. Got to get in on that. So let's just try it, see if I can get something out here kind of quick. Let's just give it a shot. Subvids, do you like play drums, or are you like an instrumentalist or something? How fat is that kick, hey? Hell yeah. Okay. Drums and percussion, hey, okay. So I'm gonna make a fool of myself right now. Sorry about that, bro. The question is, what polyrhythm do I want to use here? Yeah, okay, so try a 4 against 3 on the ride cymbal, perhaps. That's not a ride cymbal. So my drums are being like sent through like a distortion unit and a compressor and stuff. That's why when you hear the cymbals, they sound like they're like pressurized. They don't just go I'm gonna make a video on what's it called? Compression soon. About this kind of way of looking at compression, in the sense that when you are compressing something physically, that is like, say, air, you're increasing the energy of the system, right? Like if you're gonna, I don't know, push a balloon underwater, or like compress a room of air, like squeeze it in, the thing gets pressurized, meaning like more energy in a smaller space. And that's what happens with audio compression too. If you take elements that have their free dynamic range, like the drums, and you start to put limits on it, and you say, when you get beyond these walls, we compress you in. The harder you're doing that compression, you start to get a pressurized sound that is a more energetic sound. All the details start to try to push out of the box, but they can't. So the breathing room gets limited, right? You're trying, the sounds are trying to stretch their arms, so to speak, but there's no room to stretch. So they hit the walls and they kind of curve back in, and the sound becomes fat and pressurized. We're playing a video game right now called Hades, which is actually amazing. Just fantastic game if anyone's a gamer out there. And the voice acting is amazing. And when they've mixed the voices, what they've done is super heavily compressed. All the voices are like smashed. And what it means is that every little detail in the voice is right in your face. Every little sound, every little smack, S, every sound is pushed right to the front, and the voice feels big and powerful and detailed and nuanced, right? That's the whole thing. That's what the compression is there to do. I mean, that's the stylistic use of compression. That's not like the, utilitarian use of compression, of course. Do you use the Fat Channel or Fab Filter compression? I use Fab Filter all day, every day. That's literally my life. If I'm going to be doing stuff for the YouTube channel that's just for Studio One stuff, I'll use like Fat Channel or just any of the built-in stuff. But yeah, I don't use it in my own compositions most of the time. Okay, so Let's just see what this symbol's going to do for me here. We need something to keep the time for a minute because that polyrhythm is kind of like losing it. We could try to put some hi-hat pedals. I don't know if this is going to work out for me. For someone starting out, do you recommend the Output Instruments effects or something else? You mentioned you had Arcade. I saw that they make a bunch of others. Output is amazing. Output is so... I love the stuff they make. And I've just recently gotten a hold of the Output plugins myself, and I'm going to be experimenting with more of them. I've had a few of them in the past, and I've always loved them, but it depends on if you're looking for instruments effects. Yeah. So for effects, I go all Fab Filter myself. Like for utilitarian effects, for EQ and reverb and compression, because I just like the look of them and the sound of them so much. But I love the Output stuff for all the instruments and their processing effects like Portal and Movement are amazing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they still have a sale going on, but it's worth doing. Also, if anyone out there, if you have a way of basically convincing companies that you are a teacher, you can get mad discounts on things, right? So maybe you can kind of sway the definition of teacher a little bit, and depending on the company, you can prove that to them. Like for myself, because I teach at a music school, it's easy to do. I can get a 50% discount on Fab Filter plugins, right? So I mean, that's pretty crazy. A lot of companies offer stuff like that, like mad discounts. What do you think of the Sound Toys bundle? I used to use Sound Toys all the time back in the day. I haven't touched it in years, honestly. I don't know why. I think I don't like the look of them. They are kind of like ugly to me, and that, from my snobby point of view, makes me not want to use it. And that's just the way it is. Like, I like the Fab Filter stuff because and the Output stuff because it's gorgeous. The stuff, I open it and I'm like, oh yeah, those are the knobs I want to twist. That's the feel I get. I've been putting together all sorts of rhythms using global percussion. I'd love to put in some grooving bass lines and chords, but I know very little about melody. Which of your courses for me? Thanks. So you should just start with the first. If you just go through the Musical Warp Drive course, the one that's up there right now, part 1 is filling in all the basics of theory, about chords and scales and bass and all that, how that works. The successive modules are going to be on melody, harmony, that is chords, bass, and rhythm. So other than the rhythm one, all the other ones will apply to you, and they are full. The first one's not so full because it's introductory. The next ones are full to overflowing with compositional exercises. So they teach you something about, say, melody or chords, and then they have you write, like, I don't even know how many melodies you write by the end of the melody course. It's got to be like 100 or something. So much experience, because that's king, right? Experience can't be replaced. You need to have experience writing. So just take a look at the link in the description here for the first course there, part 1 of Warp Drive. Start with that and see what you think. Maybe you don't like the way I teach. That's fine too. And if not, then don't worry about the other ones. But if you do, then that one is kind of sets the basis for all the successive courses that are going to come in that series. So I would recommend starting there. No discounts for cinema workers. Damn. Yeah, it looks so modern. That's why I like S1 stock plugins. Yeah, stock plugins, they look beautiful. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Okay, so in order to get this thing to work that I'm trying to do, we need to have... just wanted to say a quick thank you for taking the time to really answer my newbie questions. Oh, that's my pleasure. Not a problem at all. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm on YouTube. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that people get value out of it. It's actually like mind-blowing to me that people want to show up and like be on the stream and watch the videos and stuff. I mean, I really enjoy making the content, and yeah, obviously teaching is my life. So if people find it valuable, that's just the best. So thank you for letting me know. It really helps me get get the motivation up to keep going all the time. Okay, so yeah, basically this ride pattern I'm doing here, it's not loud enough to begin with and nothing is keeping the beat, so we're going to lose the beat right away and the effect is not going to work. So in order to fix that, I need some element that is going to still be playing on the beat come this last chord. Like some kind of something like that, you know? Just something very simple that can go underneath the ride pattern, and then the ride pattern can morph into the new beat per se. So let's just try that quickly and see if we can make it work. Oh, I know what we can use. This thing. Yeah, that's, I don't know, that ride symbol's not really doing it for me. Yeah, I don't know if this is the place for this technique. My initial idea for this section, when I was thinking about it earlier today, was going to be like a gentle counterpoint section, because counterpoint is a huge passion of mine. I love to write counterpoint melodies, very Bachian, Bach influence stuff. So 6/8 into triplets, yeah, totally, that could also work. I just want to see, like, if, I don't know, because the thing is so loud right now, it's like covering up everything. I need to like somehow create continuity first and then break away from it, I think. I don't know exactly, but that's my theory. I was thinking of doing a counterpoint thing, which could come right out of this chord. Oh, that's the wrong instrument. No, that's the right instrument. You know, that kind of stuff. Except with jazz chords, not classical harmony. Yeah, that might be a job for another day, though. Let me just hear one more time from the beginning and see how I'm feeling about this. Yeah. The song's an experience on our speakers. That's great. That's what I want. Gotta be an experience. Okay, so yeah, I think what I'll do is save that next section for next week when I get back to work on this. I just had an idea come to mind when I was listening and now it's gone. Oh yeah, I just wanted to harmonize this melody quickly before we go. Gotta love music production. Yeah. Oh, gotta love music production. I love it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just pull all these notes down randomly to begin with. Woo! And we're going to show the other instrument so we can see what it's doing. And let me just think what chords I'm playing and quickly just throw a harmonization together here for a second. I'm just gonna mute this so it's not annoying to listen to. So the first chord was the funk is strong in this one. Hey, that's actually dope. I should like make a shirt with that on it, man. That's actually a killer line. I'll credit you. Okay, so the first chord was an A major 9 first inversion. So we're gonna go. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Any plans to repeat bars 11 to 15? 11 to 15. Oh yeah, for sure. Like this whole section's going to come back again, definitely. Right now, not yet. I usually like to do this. I like to give a little teaser of a section and then go away from it and come back with another version of it, maybe more fully formed later on. So that's probably the plan here too. Unless you've got some better idea, I'm all ears. I also need to see my, I don't know, what do I need to see? I need to see a bass. So I need to view these things all at once to know like where is my harmony changing, what's it changing to, what are my notes going to be, because this is an A major 7, this is an A minor 6, so that is fine. This is coming down, this can go down to here. I mean, play it 2 times at that moment in the track. That's kind of what I was considering earlier, like maybe because the groove should be a bit longer, and maybe you're right. That could be a cool way to go. Just those 2 chords back and forth, and then do the special one that like changes right away. That actually could be the way to go, Pim. I'll try that out for sure. So this comes down to the 6th like that, and then we're gonna hit this E chord. So for the E chord, you say, yes. To the E chord, we're gonna have this. And damn, this, and what do we do in this situation? We hold the note. And then here we're coming down to the G flat major chord. So I don't know exactly what's going to work right there. Let's try that. And here as well. Yeah, you might be right, Pim, I think. Let it groove a bit longer. And then this. So the final one we're going to end up on is going to be these 2 notes. And this. This is just a complete guess at the end there. I actually don't know what that's going to sound like, but let's try it anyway. Also, with this little transition section, I'm realizing that the automation on that, where is that anyway? This thing needs to finish by the last 2 snares. Like right here. Something like that. I think that worked out, hey? Oh, I ended up with a 7th there. How'd that happen? Oh yeah, I did. Right, of course. has its wobbles stuck on right now. The harmony, yeah. Ah, god damn. Where are the wobbles coming from anyway? Is it this? Yeah, it must be. Okay, guitar player brain speaking here. Do you ever go back to something like this and add real guitar? Basically not. That's probably a cool idea though, actually. Probably a cool idea. Louder harmony. Yeah, you're probably right, hey? At least make them equal. Usually when I'm doing guitar-based stuff, it's either like kind of a chill, I don't know, jazzy thing, and I'm starting with guitar, or it's like a metal thing, and I'm starting with guitar. It's not often that I think about bringing it in afterwards, but I should probably do that more often. I mean, I know how to play the instrument. This last chord is, call me cliche. I sometimes have to do cliche stuff. I think Megan knows that by now. Like some of the choices I make, I just I want them to be like the cheesy things, because I don't know, I just like it so much. This chord could potentially be minor instead of major, and let's see. Okay, maybe not. It's actually kind of sick. It's not exactly the voicing I want, but let's see what we can do here. I love those sounds so much. I don't know if it's the right spot. Maybe the second time. The bass could also be not what we're expecting, or it could move. Yeah, second time would actually be pretty sick. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's keep it in mind. Second time. Okay, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's do a playthrough now. Yes. Well, something cool is going to go there. Yeah, for sure. If only all of life had an easy undo. No kidding. Oh, that didn't work. All the way back. The world would be a very different place. Sweet. It's coming together. Making music like this takes a while, hey? Like there's a lot of moving parts. It's very complicated. But I think that's what appeals to me about it, trying to merge the complex with the beautiful and find the balance of the two. That's my thing. Like, I want some heaviness, I want some prettiness, I want some tension, I want some, yeah. Imagine if an easy undo, imagine if that's easy undo is pressed by accident. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you don't want that. Okay, before we go, let's just take a quick listen to what's going on in the other stream in case anybody here is not aware. I have a second stream every week, and that one is focused on, at the moment, doing a kind of orchestral game music, like film score, game score music, and it's done with all Studio One stock instruments. It's all in there for quite a bit already. Yeah, thanks. So this is, yeah, all Studio One stock instruments, and we're trying to make a kind of game music vibe. So this is happening on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. So we've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, and we are here. So I think it's roughly the same volume, maybe a little bit quieter, so you shouldn't have to brace yourself. It's also super gentle, comparatively, like the complete polar opposite of what we were just listening to. There you have it. That's what's going on Tuesdays. Yeah, gonna have fun with that. I've been enjoying it quite a lot. Let me just see the comments here before I say goodbye. You'll be there. Oh, that's great, Ed. Love to see you there. Glad I found your channel. Very rich content. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sounds great for just using stock sounds. Thank you, Pim. You can draw in tempo changes. Yes. Chris, yo, welcome. Thank you. Workflow Studio One's the best. I love it. Yeah, the course. Again, the course is not on Studio One, right? The course is not on production, so make sure you don't think that. The course is all about composition and music theory, so I don't want to like mismarket you there or anything. Sounding stellar as always, BB. Great to have you. Great to be here with you, and everyone look forward to next time. Yes, thank you so much. There's a course. Yes, there's a course. Check in the description of this video. There's a course for there's a link to my composition and theory course, at least the first part of it, which is called Musical Warp Drive. Cool name, hey? The second part of that course, which is all about melody, is coming out this week. And I'm very excited about it, actually. I was just last week reviewing all the videos for that course, and uploading them to the Udemy site and all that. And I thought, this is actually like good. This is really good. I was surprised with myself. I'm going to put the first whole lesson from that course up on YouTube in case you're skeptical of me, which, hey, why not? May as well be skeptical. And you can check that all out. You can see the way I'm teaching the course and what you think about my ideas on melody and all that. And then, yeah, it will be available on that day. It will be in a few days this week that will be out. So yeah, I'm actually going to be working on that stuff today. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited for everybody who's here, and very grateful to be with all of you. And I appreciate your support so much. So I'm going to be back again on this stream, doing the craziness stream we were just a part of, the Jazzy Fatness thing, next Sunday. That's 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then on Tuesday, so just 2 days from now, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to have the stream on this one, which is the orchestral game music, stock Studio One instruments sort of situation. And then otherwise, just stay tuned for new videos this month, December. I'm going to really be trying to put out a lot of content because I've been wanting to for a while, and I have the opportunity now, so I'm excited for that. So thank you all for your participation and support there. Just so you all know, in case you want to understand a little bit about how the YouTube situation works, if you're looking to support me on there, basically the YouTube algorithm is interested in click-through rate, which is who clicks on the video based on the thumbnail, and it's also interested in viewer retention. How long do you watch the video for? I'm not going to tell you to watch the whole video. If you don't like the video, don't watch it. But if you're someone who's interested in supporting the channel, maybe that's of interest for you to know. Those are the two metrics that they most rely on to dish out the video to more people. But anyway, leaving this video a like if you've enjoyed the stream is very helpful to me. And otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon, in a couple of days, back on Tuesday. And then keep your eyes peeled for the new course on melody. I'm looking forward to that. Let me just read the last comments before I go. It's in the middle of the night for some of us, I know. Sorry about that, Pim. Trying to appease the North American audience, too. This is a very active stream. Yeah, it was great. It's wonderful. Thank you, stranger. You know, there's an S1 course of Max too. Yeah, that's good to know. If you guys don't know, I have a whole Studio One course on my channel too. It's all free, so you may as well get in there. Thanks for the stream today. Really nice chilling on the couch and watching you do all the hard work and learn some stuff on the fly. That's great. May the funk be with you. Hey, okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you. I'll see you all very soon.